the aircraft carrier. I mentioned, for example, we can have that slide, Kazim, if he's here. So this is the aircraft carrier which is having 8 to 10, 8 to 12 MiG 29s, which is barely enough to carry out its own air defense. And aircraft carriers, if the Western air carrier, if you talk of the Ford class aircraft carriers, they carry like 75 plus aircraft. And the purpose is to project the power and to have the air superiority in a theater of war. Yeah. So, and that is how they influence operations from sea to land. So, here in case of INS Vikrant, the aircraft that it was carrying, they were barely enough to carry out its own air defense. And the question of projecting power ashore or to maintaining an air superiority in a conflict theater, that's simply not possible. We know that, the Indian Navy understands that, and that is why that was more of a psychological, trying to create a deception or a psychological effect, and we fully understood that. And like I said, we were always ready. Had there been any aggression, we, in close coordination with Pakistan Air Force, we were always ready. They were cockpit ready to generate a response. We have a mechanism worked out with the Pakistan Naval Aviation assets and Pakistan Air Force assets. So the response was always ready. And I mean, this is simply, let me say it politely. I did mention that as a professional military officer, I don't want to underestimate the enemy. But let me tell you candidly that INS Vikrant, with its present capability, it's effective essentially in the IO domain, and which essentially you saw that article in the Telegraph and that hype about. So essentially, its effectiveness is restricted to the IO domain, and had it not been the case, it would have projected the power ashore and it would have created some effect. So they understand the limitation, and we also understand that. Thank you very much.